Hi, and welcome, John Morris Show on a Wednesday. Hey, glad you're with us this morning here from the TFNB studios, historic Elm Avenue in Waco. And pleased you're with us as we get things going on a Wednesday. NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships begin tonight. Today, I guess, they're in Eugene, Oregon. Baylor is there, good contingent. Coach Michael Ford has qualified student athletes in 11 events. There are 17 or 18 student athletes that are there, so that includes relays. Relay would be one event, but 4 student athletes. So that begins tonight. Jerry Hill will join us. He's in Eugene, Oregon. Baylor Insider Jerry Hill will join us coming up bottom of the hour and give us the lay of the land there. As the NCAA Outdoor Championships begin tonight, and we look forward to that. Jerry has all the information coming up in just a bit. The Brendan Sorsby deal, we're watching a soap opera, aren't we? We're watching a soap opera kind of evolve in front of our eyes. The information from earlier this week, the temporary injunction for the Texas Tech quarterback, the transfer from Cincinnati, started at Indiana, admitted to betting on his team's games at Indiana. That's an immediate, end of your career. You do that, but not in this case, as he's received the temporary injunction, and after a 2-game suspension, he'll miss the Titanic struggles against Abilene Christian and Oregon State to start the year for Texas Tech, but then be able to play the remainder of the schedule. But not so fast. I read and listened to and watched a lot yesterday just to kind of get a sampling, I guess, of different opinions, more input than I know, certainly. And there's a lot of people that are saying, all right, this has been appealed by the NCAA. It will go to the Court of Appeals in Amarillo, Texas, where apparently the judges out there are all Texas Tech grads too, like the judge who granted the injunction in Lubbock. So is that a factor? Maybe. I mean, from the outside, you would think it would be, but it's going to that appeals court. Garrett, that is the next step in this saga that continues with Brendan Sorsby. And they've asked for an expedited appeal. And the word that I kept hearing was it would happen within the next 30 days.
I just don't see it happening. I think that the court has already made their decision. You can appeal this, but I don't see anybody, unless you look at the outright backlash and the mass amount of that, and then try to judge off of what should have happened. It should have been black and white compared to where we're at now. But I don't know that they're going to change anything. I don't see it happening.
I got you. That's a good point. So one thing I heard yesterday that kind of caught my ear was because of the amount of backlash and disgust with this, that it could influence the judge in the appeal. So maybe that is a factor. Maybe not. Maybe he's insulated from that or doesn't allow himself to be swayed by the public outcry about this. But who knows? I mean, the good thing is that it appears to be an expedited appeal happening in the next 30 days. So we are, 90 days, a little less than 90 days away from kickoff. You get that done in the next 30 days. And then, I think for sure, what would be the next step on the appeal? Would you take it the next level? I don't know the answer to that, but Dan Hare does, and Dan will join us tomorrow. So Dan worked in Baylor athletics, worked at the Baylor Law School, now works for a firm here in Waco. And Dan is, as I said yesterday, he's my go-to guy when I need any legal questions like this. And gosh, haven't we had more and more legal questions over the past few months and years?
It's been insane. Like coming into this, I wanted to get into sports to talk sports and everything. And it's turned into just like Judge Judy every day, which is fascinating. Yeah. But no, I don't know. I don't know if this goes to this court, and I feel like they're just going to push it down the road again. And what's going to end up happening is he's not going to ever see a courtroom until after the season.
Yeah, true.
So, I just don't know how you could stop this unless the Big 12 and Brett Yormark and all of the other ADs who are very adamant and having conversations right now come together to step in to do this. But even then, like, what can you truly do if you're the Big 12?
Right.
Because you got TV contracts, you have all this stuff that there's so much money tied into this. And then if you get in a situation to say, okay, well, we're going to not play Texas Tech or whatever, are you going to forfeit? Then you're going to forfeit your TV money. Then I just don't understand. I don't know how we can get around this.
Yeah, it's a sticky wicket for sure. Reportedly, there was a meeting or call, at least, with all the Big 12 athletic directors yesterday. I don't know this for a fact. This is just what's being reported with Commissioner Yormark. So all the ADs met, expressed their opinion. Apparently it was 15-1, the vote against not letting Sorsby play. That was the reportedly, again, what the athletic directors in the Big 12 said. The one was Kirby Hocutt for Texas Tech, which you could imagine. But, I mean, they have made their thoughts known about this. Commissioner Yormark has done the same thing. And I think that says a lot. You know, I think it says a lot about Commissioner Yormark and the league overall, that they are coming out strongly against this, not just falling in line and falling, you know, just supporting one of their league schools. Don't you think that says a lot?
No, you have to, but it's also created this thing where when Texas and Oklahoma left, you were finally all on this level playing field. We're all on this, we're all one big happy conference. There was no animosity, and you just created you just threw a grenade in that and just disrupted all of the camaraderie that had been built there. I just don't know the trust factor with Texas Tech anymore. And then honestly, like, I'm glad Brett Yormark did this. The Big 12 needs to say that we're not okay with this. But when the Big 12 and Cody Campbell in particular are going, and he's your figurehead going against the SEC and the Big 10 and all of this, it kind of makes it look like that's not good. And it gives more fuel to the Big 10 and the SEC to flex their muscles in this situation.
Yeah, good point. And they don't need much pushing to flex their muscle, do they?
Not at all.
They don't need much impetus there. Here's the release from the commissioner yesterday. Let me find that. He sent something out the day before, but he sent another one yesterday. Here it is. Statement on behalf of Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark. We had a thoughtful and productive conversation with our athletics directors today as we continue to work through the broader implications of this situation. Many of our athletics directors voiced their opinions, period. We will continue to have open and honest dialogue amongst the group, and until there is something to report, these conversations will remain within the conference. So with that, he acknowledges that they did all meet. The ADs had their chance to voice their opinions, and you might surmise what those opinions might be. But that release of that statement, I think, is really good, because Commissioner Yormark could sit there and have had these meetings and not say anything, which leads to rampant speculation. But he at least released that statement, which I think is good. I mean, I think sharing information, sharing what you can't always share all the information, but sharing what you can and sort of where things stand, I think that's always a good thing.
No, it is. He's doing a great job of navigating a really unprecedented situation. And I think he's the right guy to do that. I'm just fascinated to see where we go with this and ultimately what the end game is. That's what I'm trying to struggle to wrap my head around.
I know, exactly. You know, okay, so and we're just speculating here. Other leagues could say, all right, we're not going to play Texas Tech in any sport, right?
Yeah.
Other leagues could say that. You can't do that. Like you said, you can't do that in the Big 12.
No, and there's –
Can you?
I don't think you can. What are you going to do? You're going to make them forfeit, and then and then it's even – more of a bigger picture situation where you need the money. You're already at such a financial disadvantage compared to the SEC and the Big 10. So you need Texas Tech, who's your best chance to get into the playoff and make a run to make up that money.
Yeah.
There's just so much riding on the Red Raiders and the Big 12, and I just don't know how you can get around this.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't know what you can do in conference. Out of conference, you can make those kind of decisions. You can say, and leagues as a whole can band together and say, hey, we, the Big Ten, or we, the SEC, we're not going to schedule Texas Tech.
But then I come back to, and it really stuck out to me with the Georgia thing. Like if they do play in the Big 12 and you win the Big 12 and you go to the college football playoff and you are truly saying this, and they get sent to Athens or they get sent to Nebraska magically wins and they get sent to Lincoln, like you're going to turn that game down? I don't see it.
No, I don't think so either. That's true. That would be an extreme case. Maybe they write in the caveat: we will not schedule Texas Tech in any regular season.
That would make more sense.
It kind of would, that way. If it comes up, if Coach McCaslin has his team in the NCAA tournament and they've got to play somebody, well, that's not regular season. We'll play them here. So that kind of would make sense to add that caveat.
Yeah, you could.
Right. But gosh, isn't it wild to think that this is going on? And I think it's a good thing that it's June. It's not August. And then this ruling comes in and the start of the season is, bearing down on you. I think it's sort of good that you got a little time here.
It is. I'm also fascinated. We're about, a month away from Big 12 Media Days right now?
Yeah. July 7th.
So how does Texas Tech approach this? Because you remember the Ollie Gordon situation, right?
That's right.
But Mike Gundy made him there, and that backfired. Gundy did not handle that very well at all.
Yeah.
But he made him go and he didn't get punished, so he had to go and address it and face the media. Do you do that? Do you risk bringing Sorsby to Big 12 Media Days?
Gosh, yeah.
Or do you make him come and address it? Like that's a whole other thing I'm interested about.
That's a very good thought. I think we're pretty near the time when the schools will tell the league what student athletes, what players they'll bring to media days. I think we're getting pretty close to that. And then the league will be judicious, I'm sure, when they release that, because they could have the list and then release it on their schedule. But don't you know, you're right, man. Everybody will be taking a look at that. Who is Texas Tech bringing?
Who is coming
to Big 12 Media Days? And listen, I like Joey McGuire a lot. Worked with him, during his time here at Baylor. I like him a lot. And this is not, from me, it's not, I hate Texas Tech. It's not that at all. It's just the system. The system is what I don't like. And any kind of system that would allow this to, become the firestorm that it is. That's what I don't like.
That's what I don't like either. And I get it. You're taking advantage of a broken system. You're technically not doing anything wrong, which is weird.
Right.
But we have to fix this. This should not be a thing. And another, we shouldn't be able to have NBA players playing in college basketball. There's so many layers to this that needs to be fixed. And this is just another caveat, another step to hopefully we can get that done.
Yeah, hopefully. I got a lot of questions for Dan Hare when he joins us tomorrow. So it'll be fun to visit with him coming up tomorrow on this subject, and then just kind of overall the legalese of everything that's going on in college athletics. So much more off the field, off the court, off the diamond, things that are happening now more than there ever has been, really, ever. All right, we're off and running on a Wednesday. We're glad you're with us. John Morris Show brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. Brazos Landing open today, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesdays through Sundays, those same hours. I checked, and here's what I found out about the 3 to 5 time of day there at the Brazos Landing. They got some really cool deals. They call it the Early Dine-In Specials. It is Tuesday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you can do a late lunch or an early dinner in those hours, they've got, for example, chicken fried steak, regularly $26. Well, it's $16 between 3 and 5. The Winter Burger, it's named after Coach Drew, originally $18. That is $8 on the special. The Shrimp Trio, $24 regularly, now $14. How about this? Garrett, you're going to like this. Catfish atchafalaya. Is that how you pronounce it?
Atchafalaya.
There you go. Regularly $24, $14 between 3 and 5. And my go-to is shrimp and grits, regularly $24, $14 on the special between 3 and 5 at the Brazos Landing. So if you need any more impetus to go by there, and the $12 lunch menu didn't get you, how about this? Now between 3 and 5 p.m., Tuesdays through Fridays, these early dine-in specials available at the Brazos Landing. Check them out. Great offerings, great menu there, great location where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. Check it out at the Brazos Landing. Take a break. More when we come back. John Morris Show will continue right after this.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Welcome back. John Morris Show, brought to you every day of the week by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Also brought to you by Kish's Complete Car Care Center, 5300 Franklin Avenue in Waco. Love those guys there. They are great. They do such great work. I was there recently with my car, had a nail in the back left tire and then needed the oil changed. And I'm telling you, I was in and out in 30 minutes, and that was pretty good. I brought my laptop, sat there, or was expecting to sit there for an hour or so, but 30 minutes, that was it. So I recommend them highly to you. To give them a call, go by 5300 Franklin Avenue. They're open 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and that is Monday through Friday at Kish's Complete Car Care Center. What's it worth to have somebody look at your vehicle that you can trust? You know, what's that worth? I think there's a lot to that. A lot of times you may take something in and you need your clock reset in the car, and it ends up, well, we found this. And some of that might be legitimate, but it seems like most of the time they always find a lot more than you took it in for. Kish's Complete Car Care Center, you can trust them. All right, NBA Finals continue tonight. Game 4, Spurs and Knicks. There was such a huge buildup for Game 3. The Knicks hosting an NBA Finals game in Madison Square Garden for the first time since 1999, and the Spurs won the game by 4. Garrett, do you feel like that it just doesn't seem like the buildup is as big going into this Game 4 as there was going into game 3.
No, the buildup's not there, which I get it, like from the standpoint that New York hadn't hosted anything like that before, but you would think that you lost, the anticipation would still be there. You want to capture that first win. But yeah, I think while it doesn't have the same energy or fervor leading up to it, I think the game itself is going to be fantastic. Yeah. And I think the Knicks win this one. I'm not surprised San Antonio won the last game. I think that was a must win for them. Yeah. And, they took care of business, but I don't see the Knicks dropping 2 at MSG.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll be pulling for the Spurs, but I think the Knicks will win tonight, and they'll go up 3-1, and they'll be a game away from clinching when they go back to San Antonio. But you're right. The Spurs absolutely had to win that game 3, and they did, and Wembanyama was very motivated after he missed what would have been a game-winning shot in game 2. I think he was very motivated to play, and look at his numbers, 32 and 8, in the win on Monday night. So not that he won't be motivated tonight again, but I think the Knicks will kind of settle in and use that home court advantage to their advantage coming up tonight. So that is 7:30 tonight on ABC on ESPN, game 4 of the NBA Finals. Then the series shifts back to San Antonio for game 5. Is it 2-2, 1-1-1? Is that right?
I believe
5 would be in San Antonio, 6 would be in New York. I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think, and that's a pretty good format, 2-2, 1-1-1. But tonight is back in New York, back at Madison Square Garden. When I think Madison Square Garden, I'm always reminded about the few trips we've had there with Baylor basketball. Always a cool trip. Just the history of Madison Square Garden. There's a big sign, and they introduce, the PA guy says, "Welcome to the world's most famous arena." And nobody argues with it, just so much history there. Baylor played in the NIT Final Four, if you will, a couple of times. 2009, lost to Penn State in the championship game. That's when they brought, I think the number was 36 buses of Penn State students from State College to New York to be there, and they were all wearing white. And it was kind of cool to see. Baylor was very, very much outnumbered. But that was the NIT championship game in 2009. Baylor went back in 2013, won it all, won the NIT championship in 2013. Championship game was against Iowa, so there was no real definitive favorite in the crowd. It was pretty even between Baylor and Iowa. So that was fun. 2017, Baylor was there in the NCAA East Regional. That was fun. When I think about that one, Madison Square Garden, New York, NCAA tournament, pretty cool, right? Sweet 16. Yep. And Vern Lundquist was doing the games for CBS. Who was he working with? What was the guy's name? Played for the Mavericks. He's done a lot and is still doing games. Gosh, I can't think of his name. Idea. Yeah, I can't think of his name. But they were both very friendly. And I know Vern in passing, just because we've crossed paths a lot. He wouldn't know me at all, but came up to him in a break between practices and say, "Hey, when everything's done, would love to record something with you." And he said, "Absolutely, John." He looked at my credential. "Absolutely, John." And so I did. I waited around through all the practices that day. It was Sweet 16, so there were only 4 teams there, and went back over there. And the guy that he was working with, gosh, why can't I remember his name? Said, "Hey, Vern, your Baylor interview is here." And it was so fun because I just think Vern is the greatest, going back to his days at Channel 8 in Dallas, then off to ABC and then CBS, and now into retirement. I just think he's the greatest. So that's a really good memory. That was 2017. And then just 2 years ago, we were there at Madison Square Garden. Baylor played Duke in the Garden. It was the back end of a 2-game trip for Baylor. Went to Detroit and played Michigan State, and got drummed pretty good by Michigan State, and then went from there straight to New York, and then played Duke there and lost that game to Duke. But good experience playing both those teams, and a great experience. The broadcast spot for that game was up mid-level or maybe even a little higher than mid-level. And it is the Marty Glickman broadcast. I don't know if they say booth or broadcast location. Marty Glickman, a celebrated, legendary New York broadcaster. So just a lot of history there. You know, when you go to MSG, Madison Square Garden, and you can ride the subway down there from your hotel to get the full experience. It's just really, really cool.
It's definitely one of my bucket list arenas to get to. I haven't been to New York in general. I've definitely want to go there.
Oh, you haven't been at all to New York?
I've never been to New York.
Okay.
I've been close. I've been to Baltimore, D.C.
There you go.
I've been all up in there, but I've never been to New York yet. But MSG is definitely on my bucket list.
Yeah, it should be. And there's so many, you know, we're talking about athletic events, but there's so many concerts, Barnum and Bailey Circus. One year, one of the NIT years, we were there, and you walk back through one of the vomitories and open this door, and there's elephants back there. The circus was coming into MSG the next day after that championship game. There were elephants in there, and
That's a surprise.
Yeah. And the elevators are these huge freight elevators. I mean, they're because when you go in, you go up 7 levels, I think, to the floor. I think that's right. I think the floor is on the 7th level of MSG. So think about that. And if you're bringing a circus in there, you got to get the elephants up there. So these these freight elevators are big enough to haul an elephant up there and get them in. But all that to say, really cool history, and New York, I think, uses that to their advantage tonight. Game 4, NBA Finals against San Antonio. All right, let's take a break. Our man Jerry Hill is up early, and he'll join us from Eugene, Oregon. There's Jerry in the waiting room. We appreciate him, and we'll visit with Baylor Insider, our good friend, and we hope yours, Jerry Hill, joins us after a break. John Morris Show continues. Brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. We'll be right back.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, team.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We welcome you back, John Morris Show on a Wednesday. And, man, on the road again, Jerry Hill. The distance not going to keep him from being with us. It is, Jerry, if I'm right, it is 7:34 a.m. Is that right?
That's about right, John. I think, Pacific time, I'm good.
You're very kind to join us. How was travel yesterday, getting out there?
It was a day.
Okay.
I had a flight out of DFW at 10:40 that got delayed, of course, and got into Portland fairly early afternoon, had a little bit of a holdover there, and then flew from Portland to Eugene, which is basically a Dallas to Waco junket. Like, it's just, you're probably up in the air maybe 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So.
Very good. Weather okay out there? What's it like in Eugene?
Yeah, I got a notice maybe from Evan Elizuda that there was rain at the track. Like, I had looked at the forecast and it was clear all week. But it's beautiful. I got here in time to go out to dinner with them last night, and it was a little bit cool. But felt great, So
Right.
It felt really good, particularly. Yeah. I hate to rub it in, there, but man, it really did feel good, and it'll be like that most of the week. I had seen nothing but sunshine, and I think it gets up to maybe high 80s by Saturday.
Okay.
It's still very comfortable.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I'm glad we have video. You have a nice room there. Your room looks very. You got a good sized room at the hotel.
John, they only the best for me.
For you, for Baylor Track and Field.
That's right. Actually, I was going to try to do, because literally just outside my room, there's this beautiful view of the mountains.
Oh.
But when I turned my camera there, all you could see was like the sun. So I wasn't sure how to work that, but it really is a beautiful view here with the mountains in the background and everything. This is just such a gorgeous area.
Yeah, really cool. All right, glad you made it safe. Competition begins today. Baylor's got 2, one relay, and DeMario Prince running today on the opening day.
Yeah, DeMario gets things going. He runs at, I believe it's 6:08 local time, so 8:08 your time, and then the men's. So we have one of the very first events, and then the men's 4x4 relay will run. It'll be like 8:36 p.m. local time, so a little after 10 your time, and that'll wrap up the first day. DeMario obviously won a bronze medal indoors in the 60-meter hurdles. He's ranked, I believe, 5th outdoors in the 110-meter hurdles. School record holder. I think he has a great chance to obviously make it to the finals. He just has to run his race, basically. Yeah. And then the relay, they're a long shot. They ran their season best time, 3:02.7 at regionals. And I think Coach Ford has said they'll have to run in 3:01s to get in. Well, that's, if you can drop another second and think about that between 4 legs, I think it's very doable. They just got to run together and put, obviously their best race together at the right time to get to the finals.
So today in both those events, the semifinals and the top 8, I guess, advance to the finals coming up on Friday.
I think they do top 9, John, for whatever reason. Like, only 8 score, but they take 9 to the finals, and that's in the field events too. Like, if you're in a field event, they take 9. So, like, say in the long jump, they do 3 jumps, and then if you're in the top 9, you advance to the finals. I remember I was up here one year And Desmond Hilliard, if you remember from football,
Right.
he was up here, and I think it was maybe in the discus. And he was like 7th, I think, through the first 3 rounds. And then he got bumped to 9th. I don't know why they do it that way. I guess just to give people more chances or whatever. But like it makes sense to me to have 8 in the final and those 8 score. But that's not the way the NCAA does it. And, who are we to question the NCAA?
Oh, that opens a can of worms. Yeah, but I'm sure there's a reason. For that.
Yeah.
So those 2 events today, and then tomorrow the women sort of take center stage.
Yeah, that's right, John. We have 9 entries, which matched last year's total. We have 9 entries on the women's side, and most of those will get going on Thursday. Logan Todorovich, who's in the heptathlon, it doesn't even start till Friday, but the women do take center stage. Tomorrow, Tyraya Kelly in 3 events, the 100, the 200, and the 4x1 relay. And then you have the pole vaulters, Molly Haywood, Tinley Kuhn. And then you have long jumper, Janae DeGans. And in the 400-meter hurdles, you have Serafima Lucero. So good number. Oh, and Ruth Camelli, too, in the 10,000 meters. So we really do have a good group on the women's side, John. And, looking at it, there's not a lot of them ranked in the top 10. Molly and Tinley are both ranked in the top 10. Tyraya in the 200, she's ranked 5th. Tyraya won a bronze medal indoors in the pole vault. In the 200 meters, and she's ranked right about there, maybe 4th or 5th in the 200 meters. And then obviously she's in the 100 as well. So those are the ones that are ranked like in the top 10 or so. But I think you were there when Coach talked about it. He feels good about this group in terms of the number of that could advance to the finals. So I think there's chances for all those. Obviously, if you're here, you're good. You've had a good season and all that. So I think any of those have a chance to make it to the finals, but I would be surprised if Tyraya doesn't make it at least in the 200. And with her as the leadoff leg on the 4x1, I wouldn't count them out either.
Yeah. When she started running, Tyraya Kelly, when she started running the 100, it was just kind of for grins, wasn't it? Like, hey, you're doing so great in the 200. Let's run 100 and see how it goes.
And obviously, that's not a combination that's unusual. I mean, Trayvon Bromell did it when he was here, and you've seen a lot of them do that. Michael Johnson was that unusual 200-400 combo. You don't see a lot of that just because of where they are in the track meet, and that's just a lot on you. But you do see a little bit more of this. But yeah, Coach Ford talked to her about running it just to increase her speed for the 200. I don't know if it was for grins. I don't know if running 100 meters, at 12 seconds, I don't know if that's fun, but for grins, but it did help her in the 200 as well. She set the school record in that. She has the school record indoor and outdoor now. So, but yeah, I do think it's helped her in the 200. And again, it's Tyraya. I would not count her out in the 100 either.
Right. Where do you think, on the women's side, where do you think Baylor's best chance for points would be?
Yeah, I would say definitely Tyraya in the 200. I think either or both of the pole vaulters can score, surely. Yeah. I think beyond that, Sema has just run so well here at the end of the year, Serafima Lucero. I wouldn't count her out. She's run some of her best races this, Big 12 regional. She's run some of her best races here late. So I think she's one that's very motivated. And I said Big 12. She actually false started at the Big 12, but it was the meet before that. She's run all of her best times here late. And so I could see her making the finals. Janae DeGans has been up here. So I think she could make the long jump final. She hasn't had her best jumps this year. She's jumped over 22 feet last year. So I think if she gets up to that level, she can make the finals. She was, I believe, 12th here last year outdoors, John. So I think she definitely has a chance. Again, some of the other ones, we'll see. Ruth Camelli has been up here. Ruth, I believe, finished right around 18th maybe higher than that. But she was in the finals, obviously, of the 10K, and that is one that's just, one day. Obviously, they're not going to do a semifinal and a final of that. So basically, she's in the final, and she'll run tomorrow night. But the fact that she's been up here helps, and she ran such a good race at regional. I could see her, placing well. She just got to stay up there. That's what she did so well at the regional. There was a lead group of about 3, and she wasn't going to catch them. But that next group, she kind of just stayed in there, stayed near the top of that group, and then she was able to make it in. So I could see her doing well as well. So great group. I think Molly, having been here so many times, even though Tinley beat her in the Big 12s, I would give the edge to Molly just because she's been up here so many times, John. This is her 3rd straight trip to the NCAA outdoors. She's been to the last 3 indoor and outdoors. So she just has so much experience at this level that I could definitely see her. I can't remember. It was before you got there. Bryce Cherry was doing a feature on the pole vaulters.
Right.
And I just specifically asked Tinley because she hasn't jumped it in competition. I said, have you jumped 15 in practice? And she said, absolutely. So that's not with I can't even think what that deal is called. It's where it's like a bungee type thing.
Yeah. I think they call it the bungee.
Yeah. So it's not with that. She's actually jumped over a regular bar at 15 feet. So I think both of them, obviously have that potential, and it may take that or more, John, just because the pole vault is so intense this year. I believe Molly at 14.10 3/4 is like 7th, and Tinley is maybe 9th at 14.10 1/4. So they both probably got to jump a little or vault a little better than they have up to this point, but I think they're certainly capable of it.
Yeah, I got you. Very cool. Final thought. That's a great location, isn't it? Hayward Field. And we were talking earlier about the history of MSG, Madison Square Garden. But this is Tracktown, USA, and that field is that facility. There's a lot of history there.
Yeah, and John, and Fayetteville is a little bit of the same way in terms of what I appreciate about both of those places is the fans recognize greatness. Yeah. Like you can see a javelin throw, long jump, whatever it is, and they know when a good mark or good time or whatever has happened. So both of those places are amazing about this. But yes, this is no question Tracktown, USA. It even meets you as you're coming into the Eugene Airport. Welcome to Tracktown, USA.
Wow. Cool.
So it's a great historic place. I don't remember if I had told you this story, John, but my great aunt lived up here. She lived in Springfield, which is a twin city of Eugene. So I would come and visit with her. And the year was 1976. I was 15 years old, and I came up here. Later found out because I wasn't as much into track at that point. But the Olympic trials were going on here in Eugene, Oregon, while I was here. And I guarantee you, because of the way things were, I guarantee you could have just walked up and gone into the stadium. So I bet. Yeah. I missed that. I missed that opportunity, but I've been a few times since then.
That is cool. That was the height of Steve Prefontaine, right?
Yes.
Running for Oregon.
It was just a great era for track. But Steve Prefontaine was in his prime. I could have just walked out there and seen some of these greats, but missed that opportunity.
How about that? That's great. And describe, so they renovated that facility several years ago, and they've got, I guess it's an office building at one corner that is shaped like an Olympic torch, basically.
Yes. Yeah. And I think it's called the Hayward Field Tower, John.
Okay.
And I had looked it up at one point. It also depicts 5 of the icons of University of Oregon track. And obviously one of them is Coach Bowerman, who I don't even know how long he led the program, how many NCAA championships he won, but Prefontaine is one of those as well. So 5 of those are depicted in it. I think it's a 10-level tower, but they have 5 of the icons that are a big part of that. And Bowerman, obviously, that before they did these renovations, I remember they had a Bowerman room at the end of one of the tracks, and this kind of took the place of that. Yeah. But it's really kind of iconic, just the look and everything. So very cool, and just a great place to watch track.
And you'll fit right in. You wear green and gold, you'll fit right in there in Eugene, right?
Yes, I will. And there is a lot. Now, their green is different, but I've already seen a ton of it, so it'll be fun, John.
Very cool. Hey, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Thanks for getting up early. Take a nap, and thanks for being on with us. I know
we're probably running late, but I wanted to give you one note that came from former Waco Trib sports editor Kim Gorham. Shea Langoliers hit his 17th homer of the season Monday night in a loss to the Brewers. That was his 105th. He moved ahead of David Murphy to number 2 all time among Baylor players, MLB players. Yeah, obviously behind Max Muncy. Max, I think, has 229. So Shea Langoliers, number 2 on the list for Baylor MLB home run hitters.
That's a great note. Good.
There
Thanks.
You go.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, man. Have a good day. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Jerry Hill, our good friend. We hope yours, Baylor Insider, on the road again in Eugene, Oregon. NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships beginning today. They're in Eugene. Men today, women tomorrow, then men's finals on Friday, women's finals on Saturday. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll look ahead. We'll wrap things up. Plenty more to come. John Morris Show brought to you by Bumblebee Blinds. You can enhance your space with Bumblebee Blinds, serving Waco and Temple. Call Kayla for your free consultation. She can help you with things you might not can even envision. Give her a call at 254-844-7939. 254-844-7939. Bumblebee Blinds in Waco and Temple. Take a break. Back with more right after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatments, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports,
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook. And remember, slow down or move over.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back with us, John Morris Show, final segment on a Wednesday. Pleased you're with us. If you're so inclined, you could subscribe, you could follow, you'll get notifications when the show's on live, when it's archived, they'll send that right to you. So if you don't mind, you could subscribe and like, and we would appreciate that. Appreciate Marshall Kennedy. Marshall tunes in every day. My wife, Terry, with her birthday yesterday, we talked about, and it was a fantastic birthday. Had dinner last night. All the kids that are in town, not MJ and Caroline, they're in Dallas, but got everybody together for dinner last night, capping a really, really good day. So, but I say that to say she had coffee yesterday with Karen Rhodes, and they're sitting there, and Marshall Kennedy came by and said hi to him. Marshall goes on about her business, comes back a little bit later and says, happy birthday, Terry. You want to guess how I knew it was your birthday? And she had watched the show in the interim there, and that's how she knew. So, thank you to Marshall. Appreciate her tuning in every day. We've got some good birthdays today. Reminder also about the Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes presented by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Last weekend, yes, but this weekend as well. And this is the final weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, for the Parade of Homes in Waco. Go to wacohomeparade.com, wacohomeparade.com, and that will give you the schedule. You can buy tickets there, and it's a lot of fun to walk around and see and get ideas, visit with the builders, a variety of homes, different price levels, all of that. So tell Jerry Lynn Jones we sent you by. That is the Parade of Homes, Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, brought to you by the First National Bank of Central Texas. So birthdays today, good list here. I don't know how you followed Terry Morris's birthday yesterday, but we'll try. Jeff Bowles' birthday today. Happy birthday to Jeff. It is Christy Elliott's birthday. Great Baylor fan, I think, up in North Carolina now. Cadet Cooper Fossum's birthday today. Happy birthday to Cadet. Neil Raphael, broadcasting down in the Golden Triangle. I think he's still down there, Victoria or that area, but does things all over. Happy birthday to Neil Raphael. Debbie Luce's birthday today. Better half, much better half of Daryl Luce. Happy birthday to Debbie today. Guy Tomchek, former Baylor quarterback. Happy birthday to Guy Tomchek today. Worked with the Rangers. He was my go-to when I would ask for Rangers tickets, and he fixed me up. And then he left, and he went to the Stars. Let me see if he's still with the Stars. Can't tell, but happy birthday to Guy Tomchek, doing great things up in the Metroplex. Rebecca Malzahn, now Rebecca Malzahn Mellos, her birthday is today as well. She is working out at Pepperdine University, so some nice views there. in Malibu, California. I think that is it. Let me look at another list and just make sure. Oh, man, I'm glad I did. It's Will Lattimore's birthday today. Happy birthday to Will. Does great things with us in Baylor Athletics. Happy birthday, Will. And Lauren Stumpf's birthday is today. Happy birthday to Lauren here in Waco. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for being with us. Thanks to Jerry Hill for getting up early, Pacific time zone, and being on with us from Eugene, Oregon. NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships beginning today, and Jerry's there to cover it. So watch for all of that on the Baylor website, on social media. BaylorBears.com is where Jerry's stories will land. Thanks to him. Thanks to you for being with us. Thanks to Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes. Lord willing, we're back tomorrow in the 9 a.m. hour Central Time. Hope to see you then. Have a great Wednesday. John Morris Show from the TFNB studios on historic Elm Avenue in Waco. Have a great day. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Spring is sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.